Before I start talking about the new Stewie show, really quick, if you're subscribed to me, hey, how's it going? If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Toon Egg. I make videos about different kinds of cartoons, movies, but I have a soft spot for PBS Kids and the shows that were airing around the late 2000s and early 2010s. If you'd be interested in that kind of content, then I'd hope you subscribe and enjoy the rest of the video. So just the other day, I opened up Twitter like I normally do, and I see an announcement for a brand new Family Guy spinoff titled Stewie. This was really exciting because it's not every day that you see a new spinoff of a new... Actually, that's a lie. I think Young Sheldon did that already. For Family Guy, it's not very common that you see a new spinoff of the original show. Obviously, that was seen with the Cleveland show that aired however many years ago, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So there's already 2 seasons confirmed already, which I would like to think shows some confidence from the network, obviously airing on Fox. It has a planned premiere for 2027, and the 2 seasons that are already ordered are hopefully going to be airing from 2027 to 2028, it looks like. If it succeeds though and people like it, I'm sure there'll be plenty more. Like I said though, this is the first spin-off we've had since the Cleveland show, and I don't know, the Cleveland show is kind of in this weird spot where I feel like at the time it was like very hated on, and even when it ended it was still kind of hated on. But recently maybe there's been some kind of, you know, comeback in popularity and people being like, oh, this was not even that bad of a show. I've gone back and watched a couple episodes, and honestly it's not as bad as I remember, because when I was younger I was like, okay, this is like Family Guy but worse. I can only imagine that Fox is doing this because they want to expand on their adult animated lineup. When I was younger, I grew up watching Animation Domination a lot, which was the Fox block that they would premiere the brand new adult animated show episodes on. I remember every Sunday, like 7 to 9, whatever, they'd show brand new Simpsons episode, brand new Family Guy. I've tried tuning in a couple times, maybe in the past couple years, but honestly the shows that they have right now airing, I'm just not super interested in, and I'll usually just be waiting for the Simpsons or Family Guy, and then whatever is in between or after, I don't really care for. We do have a story synopsis, so let's get to that. After getting the boot from his old preschool, Stewie is forced to enroll in a new one that's not exactly top of the line. It's attended by a handful of kids he doesn't know and a 75-year-old class turtle with a half-cocked theory on just about every subject. Stewie's miserable and the other kids are miserable, and even the turtle is miserable. Until Stewie begins rolling out his trusty array of devices to take them anywhere in space and time, turning every boring day at school into an insane and surreal adventure. That sounds crazy, but also kind of exciting too. Immediately I start getting this magic school bus kind of feel. How in that show the characters are going to school and going on these wacky field trips they didn't anticipate. It seems like this show is going to be doing something similar, where I'm assuming Stewie's gonna go into school and be like, you guys all suck, I can do something way better with our education, and then takes them to the freaking medieval ages or whatever. I'm also really excited because this means that we'll be finally getting a new original cast. Family Guy, as much as I love the show, you know, it's been going on for I think more than 25 years at this point. And, you know, having storylines with the same characters and, you know, the same reused plot points can get a little old sometimes. So getting some brand new characters I think is gonna freshen up this series and make it something that people are really gonna like, I feel. Of course, you can't have a Family Guy project without Seth MacFarlane, who has confirmed that he's going to be involved, although maybe he isn't. In his announcement tweet, he was kind of vague about it, being like, it's time to pretend that I'm going to be a part of this, so is he or is he not? I mean, he's going to voice Stewie, obviously, but I don't know how involved he's going to be in the actual production and writing of the episodes. It would be cool if he was, because from what it sounds like on interviews and stuff, he's not really interested in doing any of that anymore. I mean, he hasn't even written or been a part of production of Family Guy episodes, at least in the writing, since like 2009 or something. But I don't know, we'll see. The man's getting old, he's like in his 50s. He just goes into the booth, does his 50 voices, gets his paycheck and leaves. And honestly, I respect it. I am unfamiliar with this name, but there is Kirker Butler, who is the showrunner and the co-creator. And I don't know too much about him, but apparently he's a longtime Family Guy writer, so hopefully his experience in writing the episodes is going to carry over to here, and hopefully they make a good product. I also just want to touch on the fact that, you know, Family Guy is, I think, coming close in, like, what, 30 years? And they're getting a spin-off after all these years. Like, it really shows the impact, and simply just that people love the show and they can't get enough of it. I mean, the quality has, you know, not been the best as of late, but that doesn't mean that people still don't eat it up like it's the best show on TV. There's 2 seasons already, so I think Fox has some confidence in the show that it's going to perform well and that audiences are going to like it. And I'm really curious how it's gonna go up against the Cleveland Show, because the last time Family Guy did a spin-off wasn't too liked. Unfortunately though, that's really all we have to go off of. At least that was all the information that I could find. The most we got was what seemed to be like a new render drawing of Stewie with some equipment and his like little teleporter pad. My relationship with Family Guy is really interesting. I think like a lot of people who watched PBS Kids when they were younger, they probably didn't have cable, which meant you were really only relying on like the same like 2 or 3 channels for, you know, more child-centered entertainment. And even then, a lot of those channels would kind of go dark after a certain hour, and there wasn't really many child-friendly options. So when I was younger, I would watch PBS Kids throughout the day, and then at a certain point, I think around like 6 p.m., they would shut off and switch over to like the more adult-oriented programming. In the context of the PBS Kids channel, it kind of turned into like a weird like British documentary channel, which I'm sure was great, but I mean, I didn't want to watch that. So I think like a lot of people, I would switch over to different channels like Fox or the My 50 channel, if anyone remembers that. And I would watch Family Guy and The Simpsons, American Dad, all that stuff. I'll have to make a video about this too, but I recently started collecting a bunch of the Family Guy DVDs. I have nearly a complete set. It cuts off at season 17 because after that they just stopped producing new DVDs for the seasons. But I'm only missing a few, so eventually I'll definitely complete that collection. Got my Family Guy collection right here. Other shows too that I really enjoy watching. And the reason that I started collecting it was because when I was younger, I grew up with the box set for the Volume 4. And I just remember rewatching those same episodes with my brother and sister, like every day, like so many times. And I think because I watched those episodes so much, they definitely became some of my favorites. Big highlights are definitely Don't Make Me Over, really good one with a lot of catchy music. But yeah, that's really all I got. Do you have any thoughts on the brand new Stewie show? Will you be watching it? How do you think it's going to compare to the Cleveland show? That's what I'm curious to see. Before the video ends, I do want to slightly apologize though, because I haven't uploaded in so long. I think I've just kind of figured out that my uploading schedule is going to be very sporadic. I'm still in school and stuff. I'm actually about to graduate in like 2 months, but still that takes up a lot of my time recently. But making videos about these different cartoons and movies and stuff makes me really happy, so hopefully I can continue to do that. If you enjoyed this video or you want to see more videos like this, I'd really appreciate it if you left a like and possibly subscribe too if you think this is something that you would want to keep coming back to. I'm also always down to look at recommendations, so in the comments you can always leave recommendations for videos you'd want to see, or simply just leave in any message. I usually respond to all of them. And that's all for me. See ya.